How do you define the character of a man or a woman? When they are needed, they lead. They bring certainty in uncertain times. When Indiana Republicans were out of power and our state needed new conservative Secretary of State leadership on the ticket, a real leader to protect our elections and the people, to help bring certainty in an uncertain time, he stepped up. Elected statewide by a large margin, earning the trust of the voters in Indiana, he was then selected by his peers to serve as the national president of the Association of Secretaries of State. That, my friends, is Todd Rokita. When Indiana citizens became the targets of those committing financial fraud, Todd led the way. An attorney with strong courtroom experience and aggressive instincts, Todd investigated and obtained prosecutions against big out-of-state firms. Over 300 years of jail time against those harming Hoosiers. Todd Rokita kept our elections safe from fraud, leading the battle against the biased media and political correctness to institute the nation's first photo voter ID law, fighting the liberal activists and making Indiana a national leader. Now over 30 states have followed, pushing back against old George Soros and his well-funded liberals. And operating an impeccable statewide office on fewer taxpayer dollars than his predecessors, he was elected overwhelmingly statewide again because voters trust his leadership. That, folks, is Todd Rokita. As the nation reeled from the liberal policies of Nancy Pelosi and Obama, Todd once again stepped up to bring certainty in uncertain times. Throughout his time in Congress, Todd fought back against the establishment, a strong voice for our conservative values. As vice chairman of the House Budget Committee, he ratcheted down spending, fighting the swampy Washington leadership, and he won. With a consistent and proven conservative record of winning against liberals and bureaucrats, he also protects our God-given constitutional rights, an A-rated defender of our Second Amendment because it's our ultimate defense against tyranny. A multiple-time recipient of the NFIB's Guardian of Small Business Award for stopping the red tape that was smothering our job creators. And standing absolutely true to our principles, he has a 100% pro-life voting record from the National Right to Life for unwavering support without exceptions. Todd Rokita stands up for these principles because they are his as well. These are rough times, but they're not without hope. We see God's grace and intervention every day as our families come together during this time and we experience the leadership of President Trump and our own Vice President Pence. Now, as Indiana Republicans need a strong candidate who can hold on to the Attorney General's office to back President Trump and to have a strong ticket up and down the ballot, Todd Rokita is stepping up again to bring certainty. He's the only proven candidate who has won overwhelmingly time and time again statewide on the November ballot. He's the only proven conservative with a voting record to match. A mature, aggressive, experienced legal mind without any faults on his law license to win and serve as our candidate for Attorney General. President Trump says of Todd,
very effective, a terrific man, Congressman Todd Rokita.
As our Attorney General, Todd will fight back to defend our president and his policies from the deep state, just like he did in Congress, working with Trey Gowdy, Jim Jordan, and Devin Nunes. Todd will stop liberal state and federal politicians from overrunning our liberties and harming our economy. He'll punish those who commit fraud, just as he did as our Secretary of State. And Todd is the only one with the guts and the record to take on China for the damage it has caused, fighting political correctness and the establishment, just as he did to get us the best and the first photo ID law in the country. Todd Rokita, the only candidate for Attorney General who has won statewide twice. He's the only candidate with a multi-office proven record of standing behind our constitutional Second Amendment rights and a 100% record for defending the right to life. No exceptions. He is certain to win and hold on to this seat. Certain to defend our conservative principles and liberties. Certain to protect the taxpayers. He will serve with honor and integrity as he always has. A strong and proven leader to bring certainty in uncertain times. That, my friends, is Todd Rokita, our next Attorney General.